Hello, today I'm going to talk to you guys about the changing of education and how we went from blackboards, paper and pencil, to laptop, tablets, and online courses themselves. Old schooling systems consisted of face-to-face interaction, and there were usually multiple grades just in one classroom. My grandmother actually was in a classroom where children of elementary were studied with high school and middle school, and it was kind of all in one classroom, which is odd to think of, but it did happen. And now we go to online schooling with 5.8 million students, which has gotten 30% more popular since 2010, which is kind of mind-blowing because back when I was in 2010, online schooling definitely was not as popular, and now it is more readily available, and almost all colleges offer it. And there are a couple ways of online schooling. There's a couple different variations. You could do hybrid classes where, for example, like a lab. Some days you'd have to go to a place to work on the lab, but there will also be days where your coursework is entirely online and you don't have to go to the lab at all. So it's a little mixture of both. And then there's completely online courses where you just complete all your schoolwork online and you take care of your own business, and you typically don't have to go to campus unless you might have exams or something of the sort. Online courses consist of book reading just like any college class typically, and except instead of classroom interaction, you usually get discussions and forums. For example, with my online schooling, I complete forums where we interact with one another instead of just posting to the teacher. We interact with each other, and that's the kind of mandatory grade ruling is if we communicate with each other rather than just turning the assignment in. We like to give each other feedback and recommendations and compliments and things of this sort. There are also posted videos. For example, I have a couple professors that kind of give lectures through the internet on videos and audio files and things of this sort, which kind of helps because when you're listening to audio, it retains a little better, especially if you're reading and listening to audio. You are more likely to remember these things. Just like face-to-face classes, you have exams, quizzes, tests, and sometimes you have homework as well, and you have to complete things in a certain amount of time. There are a lot of people who can benefit from online classes, and it's not just these people listed. It's just what came to mind when you think of people who could probably benefit more from online classes. And single parents, I think, could really benefit from online classes because they could do their homework while they're watching their children and cleaning the house and cooking dinner and whatever needs done. And busy parents as well, even if they're not just single parents. I know a lot of times in families, both parents work and take care of the kids and have to do all of that, and it is hectic, and you kind of have to revolve your life around your child's life. And with this, you can take classes while you're doing that. And back when I was just getting out of high school, around that time, we had this thing called dual enrollment where you could take online classes as a high school student, and that could really help because I know it saves a lot of future college kids money because a lot of time the state pays for the tuition fee if you are in high school and you are taking an online course for college or even going to campus, but for this argument, just online classes. People with full-time jobs and busy schedules can also benefit from this, especially if you're working the night shift, because you are typically not available during school hours. And with online courses, you usually get your assignment at the beginning of the week, and at the end of the week, you just have to have everything turned in. So it doesn't really matter what time you do everything as long as you get it completed. And it's also really beneficial for people with social anxiety because a lot of people don't have the courage to go to college, and instead of not going to college at all, I think it is very beneficial that they participate and take online courses. I think it'll really help them in the long run. Not a lot of people want to take online courses because they do like the face-to-face interaction, and they do think it's easier because they can see the professor, see the people, and it is just an easier learning environment for them. You gotta be kind of cautious when doing online classes because you do have to do all that yourself, and you gotta keep yourself motivated. Online courses are not for everyone because some people are audio and visual learners, and other people are more of just a reading type of learner. 37% of people have a higher chance of not getting a C or higher, according to a source that I read. And there are higher withdrawal rates, especially in English. In English online classes, you're 2 times more likely to not get a C or higher. A big thing on this is accountability. You gotta be accountable for yourself and your actions, and you gotta make sure you have your stuff done and you're like on top of your game throughout the week, so at the end of the week you have everything finished. And this is a video that I showed because I know a lot of people are concerned about online degrees and how in the work field if employers accept it, as well as a face-to-face degree.
Thirty-two-year-old Jonathan Paul took a swing at another route to a college degree after dropping out 9 years ago.
I kind of was in limbo here for a while, and I was looking for a way to complete my degree.
But he didn't go back to a physical campus to get it. He recently earned a bachelor's degree in finance from Penn State University after completing all of his coursework online at Penn State World Campus.
This time around, I kind of approached it from more of a learning point of view instead of the end result of just getting grades.
Nearly 3 million college students are taking courses exclusively online, bypassing the traditional campus experience. While they may not have the same opportunities to socialize and network as students on campus, they are gaining valuable skills. Our students tell us that they come away learning more than perhaps they learned in a residential class, and as an added benefit, they also got more comfortable using technology along the way, which is a great skill to have in the marketplace today. Online degrees are becoming increasingly more accepted by the academic community and employers. 71% of college leaders in one study said the outcomes in online-only education are the same or superior to face-to-face instruction. Another survey found nearly half of middle and senior managers, 47%, said they would be extremely or very likely to hire someone with an online degree. Employers today are absolutely 32-year-old Jonathan Paul took a swing at another route to a college degree after dropping out 9 years ago. Digital media.
Sorry
A lot of teens are being accepted for Hangouts or WebEx. Online learners must be self-directed and good at multitasking too.
A big misperception, I think, is that online learning is just kind of go through and pace and just knock it out in a week or something like that, but it's organized within each week.
For Jonathan Paul, creating a timeline to complete projects has paid off.
I'm a 4.0 technically after, going back, and I think that demonstrates the commitment I've made and that I've been able to implement a plan.
Another attribute this recent grad hopes will catch the attention of potential employers. Sharon Everson, CNN Business News, Center Valley, Pennsylvania.
And just to kind of recap, online classes may be more convenient for some than others, and you should not assume that online classes are just easier and kind of a way to cheat your way through things. You gotta be cautious of the workload. You don't want to overwork yourself or take more classes because you think you can because they're online. And you do have to be aware. Online courses can help you get a degree. So if you're thinking about it but just not sure because you don't think you're going to get a degree, then definitely keep it in mind because as the video shows before, it is 71% of employers think it's just as good or even better. So it's just something to keep in mind if you guys are interested. And that's how online learning is kind of taking its place in classrooms. Thank you for watching.